What's going on, guys? What a night of Big Brother. It is me, it is me, it is thee with a capital T. The intro I didn't give you last week. I felt so bad about it. The milkman is in the building. What's going on?
And it's just me. Just Bree.
Just Bree is in the building. This light has gotten me looking all kinds of weird. I got some type of glow to me or something. That's all right. Yeah. I can have a glow. Can I have a glow?
My lighting together today.
So let me tell you, I'm very interested to see how this plays out. Apparently, I was able to turn on some auto-generated captions. So apparently, while we're speaking, it's at the bottom somewhere. I mean, maybe they could read us. I think they're supposed to be able to read us.
Interesting.
That's right. For the hearing impaired.
Let me try to talk real clear so that it can understand me.
What you mean? What you mean? So, because I'm ready. I'm ready to get off.
Because they may have a little trouble understanding somebody else, but I'm just. It's not gonna be me. That's all I'm saying.
It's not gonna be you. Well, I mean, I'm ready to get off up into the Frenching thing. You know what I'm talking about? Because what in the French was Frenchie doing this week? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, Frenchie was.
No.
I can't say though. No, let me say.
Come on.
Even though he made a complete mess of his HOH. And he was very extra.
That he was.
It's already starting out more interesting than last year.
Extra.
It's already starting out more interesting. So.
Right. Well, and it's crazy to me. It's crazy to me to see people saying, because I have seen, of course, a few people say that they're not interested already. And I'm like, how could you not be interested? It's like, Frenchie made a cluster of week one. There was more drama in week one than we've seen in some time. There was
last season.
there was no safe play about what was going on this week. It was like, okay, let's try this. Okay, maybe that.
Yeah.
But if you use that veto.
I mean, let's just start with the fact that Frenchie promised safety to literally everyone in the house.
You get safety.
Right? Handing them out like Oprah keys.
Like Oprah, let me tell you. You get safety.
Safety for you and safety for you.
Oh, my goodness. Folks, make sure you like and share this thing so other people can join in on the Facebook fun with Big Brother with us.
Even before, I mean, he was promising safety before he even became HOH with the people he moved in with.
Right.
You don't even know how the game is going to be played. And you promising safety to folks. Like, What are you doing?
Don't mind me. I'm just over here liking and sharing. But I completely agree with you. That. What'd you say?
I said, I feel like I did that. Let me double check.
Well, I be slow. I'm slow. I encourage people to be on time, but I'm slow. I just have to apologize. I be trying to get so much going, I mean, I got to start the show, then I got to do that just,
You are our technical engineer / producer.
That's right. And then I got to come with the A1, intro, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because all I got is just Bree. So you got to be a little more interesting than that.
Yeah, you know me. So I got to share one good time. Before we got on here, I briefly mentioned Derek X, which let me just say, and I'm glad they haven't used it on air yet, but in my notes, I've been calling him DX, okay? And I'm a big wrestling fan, so that's a D-Generation X reference for me. But on the live feeds today, I heard one of the people refer to him as DX, and I was like, they got that from me.
They got that from me. I know they was listening.
They got that from me. Like, they got that from me. I know they was listening. So if that becomes a thing on the show, just know, like, it was me. Just know it was me.
Got you.
But speaking of DX, I briefly mentioned his veto win. Were you not impressed with his strategy? We haven't seen people really do this in the past. And nobody peeped game the whole time.
I was very impressed with the strategy.
Yeah.
I just think it's hilarious though. Before we even get to how he played, I just think it was hilarious when they were pulling the people, and he's like, you know, he wants to put in Derek back up after that Travis, and both Derek and Travis got picked to play the veto. Like Frenchie's face was like, can any more go wrong?
well, here's the thing. Here's the thing with me is like, okay, you say you want no, what does he call them? Meatballs, meatheads, jugheads. What does he call them? Meatheads. Okay, meatheads. So he didn't want no meatheads. He said he wanted no showmasters. Now, I think there are a lot of people who agree with the fact you probably should go after the stronger players, and you don't want to have any showmasters because that's automatically, you know, they supporting each other over whatever. So most people can agree with that. But the fact that he flipped as soon as he nominated him, I mean, as soon as
he went after him week 1. Nobody goes after that week 1.
You go after somebody soft, you know, somebody easy. Right. You put up 2 people that ain't gonna be able to come after you.
You find the most annoying person in the house that you don't want to live with all summer, and you get them out.
And you get them out. That's what you do. But no. Oh, Frenchie gotta be the big dog. He gotta be the big kahuna, if you will, as he goes after his big fish. What did you think about that speech?
Then all his little speeches. I had a dream last night, and the big fish, and all this, and sometimes the cows and the cattle and the bulls. I don't know, but your speeches are crazy. Just say what you're doing.
Just say what it is that you're doing. That's all I'm asking. Just say what it is you're doing. But the fact of the matter was, he didn't know what he was doing. And that's why as soon as they came to him talking about, no, we ain't no showmans. No, first off, this was funny to me. When he said this would be Christian, he said, the girl, what's her name? Alyssa. She says, we're not a showmans, yada, yada, yada. And then Christian's like, well, we look good together, but...
I mean, I get why you think that. We look good together.
Look, she like, shut up. Please shut up.
Right. She looked at him like, are you stupid?
Like, what in the what is all I'm saying.
Like, we definitely not going to be in no showmans now.
No, but surprisingly, I think they still are. Because watching the live feeds, they definitely still around each other all the time. I think it's budding. I think it's there.
Yeah.
If they can stay in the game long enough, we'll see it. I think we'll definitely see it. Do we want to get into alliances and what we think about what Frenchie made a mess of all that? Because once again, this is Frenchie Storm. This is the aftermath of Frenchie Storm.
So I'm gonna let you take the lead on this conversation, and I'll jump in because there are so many alliances. I can't keep the people straight. I can't keep the names. I think I got the names.
You think you got the names?
And I think the big one, that Slaughterhouse.
I gave that you got away. That one? You got that one. Okay.
No, I don't have all the members. There's so many people in there.
Yeah. Well, he wanted a big one. Remember, he wanted a big one. You gotta get your troops together to go after the big fish, which we still not sure who that big fish was. We just it's like Captain Ahab. He was looking for a big fish, but he didn't find it. You know, I don't know. Frenchie's still looking, but
because how was Derek X the big fish?
Well, I mean, he did win, and he outsmarted him too. Because it was close. It's not like he won by a landslide. His strategy gave him just a little bit of edge because there was other people that was right about to get him.
Yeah.
But, before we get into the alliances, there was one thing I wanted to ask, and it was about, I sent you a video. I don't know if you had a chance to watch it, but it was Tiffany, and she was doing Frenchie's speech. Because apparently Frenchie had rehearsed it with production several times. And so Tiffany was doing his speech from the nomination ceremony, and it was just hilarious. Did you get a chance to look at that?
No, I didn't see that one. I seen the one that you sent from the live with the when they were dressing Travis up, but I didn't see that.
You did see that one?
Yeah.
Okay, well, since you brought that up, I've got that queued up, ready to go. So let's just take a look at what Bree's talking about. Of course, you saw it tonight if you watched the show.
I feel like
Someone
Recalculate. How do I put on this dress?
recalculating.
All right,
I gotta
down.
tell her about it real quick too.
Oh yeah. I'm so excited for this.
Put your arms through.
What's going on here?
Okay, put your arms through.
Okay, cool. Yeah, this
Oh, yeah.
that
Yeah.
feels
Like,
good.
Makes my nips look.
Oh, that print gonna be up.
Yo, your abs look good.
Should we get face
Okay, now take off your shirts and just have your.
Who was that?
He wants it.
No, come back.
Explain this.
Take those.
Yeah, so of course you didn't get to see that clip on the show, but you did get to see that lap dance. That was them getting ready. He really seemed to enjoy that. Both of them did. So they were just having a good old time in there, wasn't they?
They seemed like they were having a lot of fun. Who really enjoyed it was Brittany. Brittany really enjoyed it.
She really did. Well, no, that's Alyssa that has a birthday this week.
Yes.
Alyssa can't wait till her birthday.
Well, he's gone.
Say it again.
I said, well, he's gone, so she ain't gonna get the lap dance.
Oh.
Maybe Christian will give her one.
Quite possibly. I think he would want to. I don't know if he will. Speaking of, that is Christian who's rocking the cornrows now.
Throughout. Sometimes he's, some days he's rocking the cornrows, some days his hair's curly.
What you mean some days? He's only been there 8 days.
I've seen him on multiple days, different ways. Tonight his hair was curly.
Oh, I guess it was curly tonight. Yeah, I guess it was. I wasn't paying that close of attention. Of course, I'd be multitasking.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I definitely peeped him rocking the cornrows. I said, look at him in there trying to look tough. Plus, he's trying to just let him play in his head and see where it goes.
Girls probably just like, let me play with your hair.
Speaking of playing their heads, something else I saw on the live feeds today as they was getting ready for the show. Mind you, they was getting ready around 3 o'clock this afternoon, Central Standard Time. Like doing makeup, hair, all that jazz. Of course, this is week 1, so they getting ready early. This is, as time goes on, I'm sure they,
Yeah, they be in that diary room or Casanay eviction in pajamas.
Just like we here, they gone, bye, just get out. But I peeped that Tiffany was cutting some hair. She was definitely lining Frenchie up. So she got some skills with the clippers, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's good. All the minorities and Frenchie included don't have to look rough all summer. That's nice. They got an in-house barber.
That's always nice.
Always
nice.
They don't have to look like they were stuck in quarantine.
Oh, something else I figured out. I actually figured it out today that I was right. Do you remember the first episode last week? I said that Brent looks like Brett, and like you couldn't like draw the visual in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
So today on live feeds, I found out it was Christian and a few folks talking over on the couch, and apparently Brent. Apparently, Brent was a finalist for season 20 and got cut for Brett, which is crazy. The fact that I said, doesn't he look like Brett? Now, I wouldn't just leave it there. I've got the photo. So, you've got to tell me which one is Brent, the one from this season. You tell me which one he is, okay?
Okay, let's go.
All right, here we go. As soon as you can see it there.
He's the one. Okay.
Which one is Brent? Which one is Brent from this season?
He's the one in the button-down shirt with the collar.
That is true. But do you see the similarity now?
Yeah, they do look very similar.
So he's the Brett. Like, do we even still call him Brent, or is he just Brett? Like, Is he Brett Jr. or Brett 2.0? I don't know.
We'll call him 2.0.
Okay.
2.0.
He's Brett 2.0. All right.
I like 2.0 instead of Junior better.
Well,
I'm sure he does too.
To me, he's more Junior because he got cut for Brett. 2.0 insinuates that he's better, but you can't be better.
Yeah, because see, they cut him for Brett, right?
Okay.
But Brett didn't make it. He didn't win. So now they're going with the 2.0. They like, oh, we should have went this way. So he's 2.0. Well, we'll see how he does. Yeah. That'll determine whether he's a 2.0 or a junior.
All right, what do you say we get off
if
up
he's
into...
if he's going to be Frenchie's little lapdog all season, that's definitely junior behavior.
Well, let me just say I don't think that Brent is the lapdog, but I think that he had to let Frenchie be Frenchie while he was HOH, if that makes sense. I definitely think that Brent is going to bring more strategy to the table, which I think we're going to get a whole lot more of in week 2 anyways, but we can save that for a second. Just by who won HOH, and I think there's going to be a lot more team strategy involved in this week than, Frenchie not even consulting the people that he had final 2s with. But speaking of final 2s, let's jump into it. All right, so BB Alliances. Here we go. I'm going to try to break this thing down for you. I'm going to try to do it like, what was the dude from the election night? You know what I'm talking about? Such and such and such. I mean, that's what this feels like. This is what... That is exactly what this feels like. It feels like I'm supposed to tell you that Iowa needs such and such, and
there was a lot.
And Georgia, we need
That's
Georgia.
Why I was like, I don't even know how to read this.
Like, let me just say, like, I feel like I'm supposed to be telling you that if Georgia turns blue, then I don't know. Like, I don't know what I'm
Which
supposed
way
to be
it's gonna go.
All right, so Frenchie had the bright idea. We're going to start in my top left. I guess that's your top left, too. I guess that's how this works. I guess that's how this works. All right, so Slaughterhouse. Frenchie had this bright idea to surround himself with this big alliance because after all of his blunders this week, he feels like the X is on his back, which he is probably not wrong about. So we've got Alyssa, Brett 2.0. We've got who is that over there? Who is that chick on the left? That's Caitlin. No, what's her name? What is that poor child's name?
Which one? Whitney?
No, that's not Whitney, is it?
Where are you at?
Oh yeah, that is Whitney. My bad. Yeah, that's Whitney.
Wait.
So we got Whitney. We got Brett 2.0. We got Alyssa. We got Frazier Jr. We've got Frenchie, of course. Then we've got Christian. Then we got Xavier, and we've got Kylan. And apparently, just the top 6 are in the butchers. So apparently, they're willing to cut Xavier and Kylan when they get to the top 6, which that doesn't make sense to me. Then we're going to move straight down to the cookout, which I'm going to take this down because we know who the cookout is. And so we can look at each other when we talk about the cookout.
Okay.
Because I think we got a lot to say about the cookout. I'll start by saying that I am happy to see that CBS once again has done something about diversity in their programming and has changed the policy to where 50%, I don't know if you knew this, but 50% of all of their casting moving forward for reality television will be represented by minorities, which I think is amazing. Props
it's
to CBS.
Amazing.
But so the fact that this opportunity, this is the first time that this opportunity has even been available for 5 black people to come together as an alliance in the Big Brother house. I felt like
there had to be something.
It had to be
behind it. You just don't have this many minorities on one season without it being a call.
First off, you can't say
they had to have a whole policy change. But hey, it's better than other stations or networks that don't do it. So progress, I guess.
Hello. So the fact that this is even possible. So we've got Derek F, we got DF, we got Frazier Jr. We can't call him Junior because he is a junior. Frazier, we got Frazier, we got Frazier.
Can I just
Jr.
say though, I love Derek F.
Okay.
Like, I love him. He's funny. He just keeps the mood light, and he'd be like, "I'm confused. Are you confused? Because I'm confused." Well, I am too. Derek. Yes, I am. But
I did think that he was going to take a more proactive approach with Frenchie. Like the fact that Derek F didn't know what Frenchie was going to do before nominations. Like, to me, that said something about Derek F. For you to make a final 2 with the man and then not even, like, try to persuade him or talk him through it or none of that. Like, he had a big opportunity to affect the game himself through Frenchie, because clearly Frenchie thought he knew what he wanted to do but didn't know how to execute it. So Derek, I think, definitely could have, done what Brett 2.0 really should have done, because he had the same opportunity.
yeah.
But everybody just let Frenchie just, fire all these shots. His hands are dripping. His hands are just dripping.
Yep.
So Frazier Jr., we got Ozza, then we got Kyland, then we got Xavier, and we've got Tiffany. And then, which is interesting to me, Hannah, which is our black Indian in the house, is an honorary member, or like I don't know what you call it. She's an associate, an affiliate.
And I'm like, I don't know if it was in feeds that I missed, because I did go back and watch some, but I never even seen them speak to her about being in the cookout, and I was like,
I didn't either, so I didn't know. But.
So I was a little, how is she an honorary member just because she part black? They figure she part of the group. Like, that's
I have no clue.
Exactly how it works.
I didn't see how she became associated. Whether it was just the way they drew.
She needs
that
to
up.
get in somewhere though.
She really does, but I also question why they're not messing with her like that. But I guess she might not be messing with them like that. So it is what it is. So that's the cookout. We loving them. They're my pick to make to the final 5. I'll tell you. You remember Josh? Pots and pans.
Well, while we're talking about the cookout, though, should we talk about the strategy that they had, where they were saying like they clearly can't be seen just with each other all the time, because that's going to be obvious.
Yeah.
And not only that, but they said everybody should pair with like an opposite to be able to bring information back and keep numbers, keep somebody on their side.
Great strategy.
And I thought that was very smart.
Very great strategy, which might be what Hannah calls herself doing. She just, might not be in the fold. She look, if she's in the group of 6, she's definitely the first one out, so she's not making it to final 5. But, like I was going to say, Josh, do you remember Pots and Pans banging Josh beat Paul?
Yes.
You remember? Why you come at me like that?
I hate Josh.
Why you come at me like that?
I hated Josh. I hated Josh.
Right, but he is quoted saying on Twitter that he's calling the cookout at least makes it to the final 8. I say they make it top 6. I hope they make it top 6, all of them.
All of them ain't gonna make it that far.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm.
All right. You got anything else for the cookout?
That's it for the cookout.
All right, let's take a look.
They gonna make it far, but not top.
Okay, wait.
6.
Out of the cookout, who do you think has the chances of making it the farthest?
Pull their pictures back up. Kylan.
Look, see, I didn't even have to pull it up.
I remember him, Kylan.
Oh, you mean the HOH winner? You mean the HOH winner, Kylan?
Yeah, the HOH winner, Kylan.
You remember him? Yeah, that's Kylan.
Kylan and Erica.
Man, I'm really pulling for Tiffany. Like, she's only 2 years older than me. I'm just gonna put it out there. I'm pulling for Tiffany.
Is Tiffany who I mean when I said Erica? Is that her name?
There is no Erica. Yeah, there's no
Okay,
Erica.
so Tiffany. She looked like this girl I know named Erica. That's why.
Okay.
But she got that same haircut with the braids. Anywho.
Right. Okay. So,
Tiffany.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good old Tiffany. Yeah, I'm pulling for Tiffany.
I think she's smart, and I think she's gonna go far. Xavier, if he don't get caught up.
Most definitely. How could you see him getting caught up?
In a showmance or just
on some goofy, on some goofy stuff, on some Frenchy
stuff.
business.
He don't seem like he the brightest bulb. I mean, I know he's a lawyer, but I wouldn't hire him.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Wow.
That's the vibe I get. That's all I'm saying.
He doesn't seem like the brightest. But I wouldn't hire him. My God.
But I think that Tiffany. I keep wanting to call her Erica.
You
Tiffany.
gotta stop calling her Erica now.
Tiffany and Kylan, I think, out of the cookout, have the chances of going the furthest.
Okay. Yeah. I think so too. I'm definitely pulling for Tiffany.
Into like the top 4.
Yeah. You know, I realized I never even put my earbuds in. I wonder if I'm getting any feedback in the mic. I'm sure somebody would have told me by now, though. Have you checked the comments at all? Because I haven't even been on top of it. Let me tell you.
Yes. We have Cullen and Cindy. Yes. Kylan. Cindy likes Kylan too.
Oh, okay.
He's gonna go far. I think so. And X is going to be a threat. Yeah, I think he can be seen as a threat because he's, big and muscular. And then again, that showmance thing. He is gonna be his downfall, I bet. Especially if Christian go home. If Christian go home before Alyssa, she gonna be sad.
Oh,
she gonna need somebody to turn to. He was already comforting her so much when she was on the block, and we already know that he watch.
All right, let's take a look at a little more of these alliances. I'm not going to focus on all of them because I don't really think all of them are going to last. The only other significant alliance that I don't think Slaughterhouse is going to make it, but it'll probably stick around for another week or two before it completely implodes. I think the Cookout is definitely going places. And then if the girls can figure out what they're doing with this girls alliance, apparently they're just sucking Frenchie in so that they can spit him out. And I hope that can happen this week, actually. I hope that they don't even need to do it. I hope Kylan just sends Frenchie packing. But if any, faction of those girls can come together, I think that it could be something nice. But
yeah, I think it's just going. I think it just shows how smart all of the females are. They saw through Frenchie's BS.
Immediately.
Not one of them was like in the diary, like, yes, this is a great thing. They were all like,
oh, Frenchie. Oh, Frenchie.
Right. From it.
No. So, yeah, we'll be the French kisses.
French kiss your ass right out the door.
They gonna eat you when they done. Man.
So, yeah. But
won't it be crazy? Go ahead.
No, I just thought it was just funny that they all 4 girls were like, "What is he talking about?"
So let me pull it back up. Do you have a prediction of what group of girls might actually work good together? Because I think that if Tiffany, Claire, no, not Tiffany and Claire, Tiffany, Azza, Brittany, and Hannah and Sarah Beth can work together, then that gives Azza a place to hide.
Yeah, she's gonna need it. I think she's gonna be one of the first of the Cookout out. Actually, I think she's gonna need
the beautiful queen.
Yes,
man.
And I have to wonder: are we saying her name wrong? Is Azza, or is Julie saying it wrong? Because she was calling her Asa, with an S sound instead of a Z sound. And I'm like, is she saying her name wrong? Because if she's saying her name wrong on live TV, I would have corrected her. Like if they was calling me Britta, I'd have been like, Julie, it's Britta.
Right. Like I know you
You're not
haven't.
just gonna keep calling me the wrong name
Look,
week
look.
after week. So I have to wonder: are we calling her wrong? Are we
No,
pronouncing it wrong?
it's not us. Like, drop it in the
It's
comments.
Julie.
Is it us or is it Julie? Drop it in the comments because I don't think it's us. But let me
I
just
don't
say
think
this.
it is either.
Look,
I
look.
mean, it's a Z. If her name was Asa, they would have put an S.
They put an S on it. They would have done it.
Right. That's all I'm saying. But anyway,
If
I'm
you,
sorry.
If you had no. If you had been on the show, you'd have been like, "I'm sorry, Julie. I know you've been having technical difficulties and all. I know you flustered. I know it ain't
I know you
going
was
well.
a little flustered, but I'm gonna need you to get my name right.
I need you to go on and just,
Yeah.
Okay, off the soapbox. So yeah, I was about to call her Asa. What you say, Julie called her Asa? Jesus.
Yeah,
Julie,
she was calling her
Jesus.
Asa, not Aza.
Asa needs a place to duck, and I hope that she could find some
Yeah.
girls over there to duck with.
Now, again, I would be a little hesitant myself to make an alliance with Brittany solely because Brittany is so loud. Like, how you gonna strategize and plan things, and she don't know how to whisper?
Yeah.
Very loud.
Well, and did you see how rough she was with that stick, boy? She had me dying.
She was like, "Oh,
Brittany.
my bad."
Oh my goodness.
And then, I also wouldn't be too quick to jump into an alliance with Derek because he got a big mouth.
Which one? You talking about Fraser Jr.?
No. I'm talking about X.
Oh, X-Man. Okay.
Like, what'd you even tell Frenchie you had an alliance with Travis for? Like that.
Yeah, that was too much.
And then he believes everything that came out. Why would you believe that they said if you didn't vote out, if you didn't save Kylan, then they were putting you out next week? Why would you even believe that without talking to anybody?
It wasn't wrong. It wasn't wrong though.
Who said that? Who said that they was going after Derek besides Frenchie?
Well, after the fact, you're right. Yeah, after he won the veto, you're right. But before he won the veto, he was definitely a replacement target. But after he won the veto, right?
But Frenchie told him to use the veto because around the house they were saying if he doesn't save Kylan, they're putting him next.
I don't think Derek X believed him. I don't think DX believed him. I think DX just wanted to show get back in his good graces, kind of like, hey, I ain't got no beef with you. Kind of like, basically, you probably going to be here a couple weeks. I don't want to have no problems with you. I think that's what he was thinking that move was, because I don't think DX cared about using it or not using it. So it's like, I'll use it, make him think I'm cool with him again, and then, we still going to pick your goof tail off somewhere. Yo, Frenchity French himself.
Because I think it would have been better for his game for him to pick Alyssa, because that would have got some people from her team on his side, and Kylan and Travis against each other. Travis still would have went home.
I don't know. Well, you're probably right.
So I just think, personally, for his game, it would have been better for him to, when Alyssa was like, if anybody from my team wins, then we'll keep you safe.
Yeah,
he had more coverage than Frenchie. Like, at this point, Frenchie done broke his word to how many people. Who's gonna trust Frenchie? That's not the person I want to have my back.
Oh, real life. Well, I mean, Travis did have coverage though. He had frontal and rear. He had frontal and rear coverage. Travis did. He sure did. I'm going back to his dress. I'm going back to the dress. They sure was talking about how cute his ass was. I said, "Ooh, excuse me."
And then he could make you clap and bounce and everything. I was like, Travis
I was bewildered by how much he was enjoying it. But you know
I was
what?
like, I wonder what app he started. Was it OnlyFans?
Oh no!
Is that why he retired so early?
I mean, you know what though? I have to give it to him. He had good spirits. I think he was just trying to save his game the best he could. Plus, I mean, when you with those chicks, I guess you're gonna do whatever they want you to do.
Yeah.
Including bust out the cornrows, Christian.
One thing I didn't like though is when after he like pled his case or whatever, and he was saying like, oh, I can offer you this and this, and then he was like, well, I have my team, and I just have to become homies with the rest of the house. And then it flashed to the people in the kitchen who all happened to be black, and I was like, so he said homies, so y'all had to cut to the black people. I was a little like, I don't know if this is bad editing.
Production,
but it's
where
something
are
about
we?
That little snippet rubbed me all the way wrong.
Would you say production is tweaking? That's all I know. Production is tweaking.
You say homies, so y'all just cut to the black folks.
It's definitely an interesting week. Anything else jump out at you this week? Anything else Frenchie related?
No. So, without any further information, Kylan has won the HOH as of now with no extra information, no feeds, nothing has happened yet. He just won.
We know one thing. Julie told us at the end. We know that the competition on Sunday for safety, the choice will be what? Did she say that you have to switch teams?
Oh.
Something about switching teams. You didn't catch that?
I didn't catch that. That's when Tristan had just got home and I was trying to.
Oh, yeah. Look, somebody drop it in the comments. I'm going to have to Google it when we get through. But it was something about, it's definitely going to be something with the safety competition. It ain't the same as last week. Let me just say that. If I heard correctly.
But I'm just saying, right now.
Yeah.
If you guess, before veto, before the safety competition, before any of this.
Yeah.
Initial 2 people that he might put on the block. Who are your 2 guesses?
Okay, well, I mean, if it was me, I would put up Frenchie, and I would put up probably Brittany. But if I was Kylan, I would probably put up Frenchie and Christian.
Those are some good picks.
And I would just say that because Christian was already associated with Alyssa, and Alyssa was on the block last week, so Christian, it's your turn this week. and then Frenchie, I mean, with his blunder, nobody would be upset to see him on the block.
Nobody would even guess why, wonder why you would put him. So my picks would be, wait, who's on Kylan's team?
So okay, let me pull up the teams. I got that too. Check me out. I got the teams. The teams.
Okay.
The Jokers and the Queens
Kylan's
and the Aces and them.
Is Erica/Tiffany.
You better leave her alone.
Travis is gone, and who's that? Claire.
Claire. That's who I thought. That's who I thought. What's the name it was earlier? Claire's the name I could never remember. I got all their names pretty much, but Claire.
No, I think it was Whitney that you couldn't remember earlier.
Oh, maybe so. Wait.
Okay.
Wait. Pause. Can I just say? Let me take this down for a second. And I know I cut you off a lot, and I'm sorry, but let me just say, Whitney. She's growing on me more and more every day. Let me just say, and it's like I said in the very first episode, I'm liking her way more than her lips led me to believe I would. But I'm liking her more and more every day because I didn't think she was gonna have any sense about her. But she's intelligent, and I love some intelligence.
Okay, put it back up for me so I can see
pulling it back
who my
up.
picks are. Okay, so I'm definitely not picking anybody off my team. So, and if you picked Frenchie and Brittany, that demolished their team that would be 2 people off the same team.
Yeah, but see, I'm not worried. I'm not worried about the teams. I'm only worried about the alliances.
Well, see, it depends though, because depending on how the team, depending on how the team shake out,
right?
If they rework the team so that the numbers stay kind of even,
right?
Then you know. But if you don't, then you're taking out
Well,
potentially for the next week. If somebody from the Jokers wins, he ain't got no team to keep safe. So now everybody, you know what I mean?
yeah. I feel you. So, I mean, Kylan's team is down a member, so it's kind of good that team won, because they actually might have been a good target. Just keep picking them off, because, your team's already wounded. Might as well keep attacking you. I don't know.
But if I was Kylan, I would personally go with Frenchie and probably Brent.
Fritchie and Brent?
Yeah.
No, not Brett. Not Brett.
I don't care for Brent or Brett.
I didn't care for him either. Not in
I want to
season
keep
20.
calling him Brad, and I don't know why. Was there a character on Real World that looked like him that's name was Brad?
I have no idea.
Whatever it is, he looks like a B person. He's a Brad, a Brent, a Brett. He's one of them.
Yeah. So, I mean, I didn't like Brett.
Everybody's name this season.
I didn't like Brett in season 20, and I don't like Brett 2.0 in season 23. The only thing I do like about him, I have to say, though, is that he's the first one to really talk some strategy that had, that sounded like it had some sense to it. But that was on live feeds. I don't think that actually even made an episode, but yeah.
Yeah, so I would pick... I don't know. I like Christian. I think he's still entertaining so far in the house.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to be a target soon. But I feel like if you get rid of Christian, then if you get rid of Christian and Xavier, there's not going to be really any physical you know what I mean? Like,
Christian will still be there. Well, no, if you get rid of Christian, you'll still have Xavier. You'll still have Kylan.
I guess.
Look, let me just say, Kylan didn't need to win this one. You know who needed to win this one? Frazier Jr., Sarah Beth.
No, I think he's safe, but he's safe.
No. But as far as the being able to win one, you know what I mean? Physical, mental, blah blah. Somebody like a Sarah Beth or Frazier Jr., somebody who's not gonna win these other competitions, needed to win this one.
Yeah, but they did need to win just to show themselves as a competitor.
Yeah.
But it doesn't hurt their game that they didn't, because they're safe.
Yeah, they're not targets at all. I completely agree with that. Let me tell you what I did think, though. When DX got up to shoot his ball, and he had moved the stick a little bit over to one side, I said, oh, is he about to put some English on this ball and spin it off up into that joint? And then it went wide right, and he lost the Super Bowl. But I thought he was fixing to do some fancy shit and put it right off up in there.
Yeah,
I really did.
I was honestly going to be mad if Brent dethroned Alyssa with one spot and got it and held it for all that time. I was like, if he wins, I'm gonna be so mad.
Yeah. First of all, I wasn't even paying attention when he made it in. So when I heard Julie say, okay, Brent, you're still in the lead, I said, what in the shits? Excuse me. What in the French and French? That's what I meant to say.
Yeah. So I'm glad Kylan came through.
Speaking of not paying attention, I also wasn't paying attention. Now, I had saw where Frenchie had asked Tiffany to throw a sympathy vote out there, which is why I'm assuming Tiffany did what she did in terms of voting to eliminate Alyssa instead of Travis. But who was the first person to cast a vote for Alyssa? I missed that.
Okay, so Derek voted for her.
Which one? F or X?
F.
Oh, and Tiffany. Okay. So I didn't hear the one when Frazier voted for her. I watched him go in there, and actually I watched him come out, because no, he voted last.
Yeah.
But there was already a vote for her before Tiffany voted.
No, she only had 2 votes.
Oh, just Tiffany and Frazier Jr. Well, You could see my attention was, I don't know where it was. It was somewhere.
You talked about me for not taking any notes.
You know. All right, so now that we know Kyland is HOH, we've predicted who we think nominees will be. Our only common person is Frenchie. If you guys want to see Frenchie get the French up out of here, drop a comment, like, and share this video. It'll be interesting to see who you put sitting next to him. If Frenchie is not on the block next week, what will you think about Kyland?
If Frenchie is not on the block next week,
Or this week, I should say.
That if he's not on the block next week, it better be because he saved himself somehow. If not, I mean, maybe something drastic will happen, that there's a bigger threat than Frenchie.
Yeah.
But I think Frenchie's messy. I wouldn't trust anything that is said if he ever wins HOH again.
Never.
Like, how can you trust anything? Frenchie gotta go.
Well, and Frenchie did say, I don't know if you peeped this, but in Wednesday's episode, I think he might have had 20-some diary room appearances. I can't remember. Folks was keeping track. But in one of those diary room appearances, he said, I'll say whatever I gotta say. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
He said, I'll say whatever I gotta say. So,
and that's it right
that's there.
After he was saying, or telling Derek X that they were gonna vote him out next week if he didn't use his veto.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what he's like. I'll say whatever I need to.
I'll say whatever I need to say.
Truth, not truth, whatever.
That's the only true thing he said so far. Is that he'll say anything. He will say anything.
I mean, if Kylan doesn't get him out, it better be because he saved himself. If anything else is not.
Now, let me say this now, but Kylan is in the slaughterhouse with Frenchie. So the slaughterhouse blow up this week?
Slaughterhouse ain't going.
So slaughterhouse is done. Slaughterhouse blows up this week. Or slaughterhouse is just okay with getting Frenchie out.
But Alyssa's in slaughterhouse, and he was okay putting her on the block.
Well, I mean, that is a little iffy relationship.
Matter of fact, originally, Slaughterhouse has Kylan and Alyssa. He put 2 members from that alliance in,
Right, but he didn't make that alliance until he flip-flopped. He had to change his mind. Oh, there was a change. A change was on the horizon.
That's true.
So
I guess.
Now, I don't know that she feels very comfortable. I think she slid up in there just like, okay, don't vote me out this week. I'll do and say whatever you want me to, Frenchie, sir.
Right.
Just don't vote me out.
Slaughterhouse is too big to it blows up this week. It's just too big. You can't do anything bigger. Than like 6.
Now
8 people is like crazy.
Now Frazier Jr. says that he is going to honor his final 2. I believe he said with Frenchie. So do you you think that comes into play at all? You think he says to Kylan, maybe we hold on to Frenchie?
I think cookout come before anything.
Yeah,
and
but what if they?
You've seen that he barely even talked to Frenchie after they made the final 2. And then on top of that, Frenchie made a final 2 with Brent. Now, even though they don't know that he made a final 2 with Brent, he's with him all the time. So he's with them all the time.
And who else? Let me see. Who else does Frenchie have final 2s with? Let me pull up that alliance.
I thought that was crazy when he pulled him aside and was like, "Don't be seen with Derek. I'm telling you, it's not a good look this week."
Wow.
Like, dude, who are you?
Who are you? I just want to pull this up one more time. He has the final 2 with Whitney. He has the final 2 with Christian, with Brett 2.0, and with Frazier Jr. So the 4 final 2s he has, you say none of them protect him. The what are they called?
Nah, I think it's gonna come out. I mean, nah.
Slaughterhouse.
I don't think any of the people that he has final 2s with, or anyone else in the house, trust him, or they shouldn't.
They shouldn't.
He
Let
said
me
he's
tell
not
you.
putting a girl up. He put a girl up. He said he's not doing this. He did that. Like, just like Derek X said, like, yeah, he's made a lot of promises to people, but he can't keep none of them.
Yeah, well, I mean, and that's why Christian trying to blow up Frenchie's game before he left wasn't wise, because it was like, this is obvious. Like, everything you told us we already know. Like, it's obvious, Christian, and that's probably why it didn't make TV.
I mean, Travis.
Oh, yeah, Travis.
Travis.
Yeah, Travis, my bad. Yeah, Travis, so, I don't know. I thought it was interesting that Julie brought it up, and maybe she brought it up for the live feed, folks, because Travis was talking about possibly blowing it up on the live feeds. But I mean, it was like, "Hello, Captain Obvious." Like, really?
Yeah.
That's not where you want to be. Stick to your dress, buddy. Stick to twerking. Well, we got anybody else in the comments we want to address before we get out of here? We got any other predictions going into Sunday?
Let's see. Cindy says, I'm sure Kylan will have a good reason if he doesn't put him up. She's talking about Frenchie. Kylan wouldn't do anything so stupid. He knows how stupid he is. Kylan is the man. Or no, she says, my man. So Cindy's a big Kylan fan, and I can't blame her.
Cindy. Go ahead, Cindy. We see you out there. All right now, girl.
He is a cutie.
Well, I can't say all that, but he cool. He cool. He cool.
You can judge the females, I guess.
No, I can't.
Oh,
We'll be canceled before the next show.
Well, you know what though? I think all of the females this season are attractive.
For the most part, yeah. Well, it'll be the personalities that does it for me. That's why I keep going back to Whitney, because her personality and her intelligence and everything.
I mean,
is
her lips are a
surprising me.
little over. Her lips are a little over, not like who I would choose to date.
Right,
But she's
they're a
still
little, they're a little much.
Yeah.
They're a little much, especially for my little bitty old lips, you know.
But she's still attractive, and I think Sarah Beth, she's cute as a button.
That's Nicole 2.0.
Yeah.
That's Nicole 2.0.
But I think it's a very attractive, diverse cast this year.
Yeah.
There's not anybody that makes me be like, oh my God, get off my screen.
Well, and surprisingly, even with all the drama because of Frenchie, everybody seems to be getting along pretty well. Relationships are fairly decent going.
Yeah. I mean, it is only
week
week one, but everybody seems to mesh well together so far.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
Like, it doesn't seem like any obvious cliques have been formed in the house.
Yeah. Well, you know,
Whereas last season, like day one, it was separated into cliques with the super old veterans, the younger veterans,
that was just a completely
right away.
Yeah, that was just a completely different scenario. That was a whole nother cluster, but that one lasted for a whole season. Hopefully this one just lasted for a week. Hopefully this one just lasted for the week. Well, Bree, if you've got nothing else for the people, I'm going to say so long until Sunday. Are we coming back Sunday, Bree?
Yes, Sunday we will have a reaction to what's going on Sunday. Oh, whatever is going on with these teams.
That's
we'll
right.
figure that out.
You know, we know that there are a lot of people out there. Give a shout out to Brother Cliff. You remember Cliff? He was on that season with Nicole. He always had to shout out his wife. What did he say? 1643 sounded like Mike Epps, 35, 47, whatever. You know who I'm talking about, Cliff?
Yes.
So Cliff he does a show. He reacts to the feeds every day. So he's watching the feeds right now. And tomorrow morning, he's going to go and get him a video together talking about whatever was on the feeds today. So there are people who do it every day. We can't be those people. But we do want to increase what we did. Last year, we just did one episode a week. And so this week, we're increasing. We're having a midweek episode. So Sundays after Big Brother, We will be talking about live feeds, probably a little something of whatever happened on the episode, but probably mostly live feeds, reactions and stuff like that, strategy and predictions and blah, 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 blah. But it will be a quality good time. Are you looking forward to it?
I am. I feel like we should mention that this year in general is going to be a little different than last year, whereas we're going to give more of our reactions and more of our thoughts and more of
opinions,
our predictions of what might
yeah.
happen, and wrap-ups of some of the live feeds that you guys might not have access to. So it won't be as much of recapping the episodes because
we assume you watch it.
You the obvious, who won HOH, who won the vetoes, things like that. So we will hit the highlights, but we're not going to go through the episodes point by point how we did last season.
You broke up for 2.5 on my side. I don't know if they heard it all, but yeah, more reactions, all that good stuff, live feeds and predictions. Let's see. So that'll be 8 o'clock Sunday then, right? 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock Sunday.
All right. Thanks to Cullen and Cindy and everybody else who tuned in, and everybody who watches us after the fact, because we know those post-live viewers are important. We appreciate you all. Until Sunday at 8, I'm the Milkman.
And I'm just Bree.
You're more than that. We'll see you Sunday.
No, I like it. I think just Bree's good.
Yeah, of course.